Well, good morning, all you lovely people out there again. Grumpy old Git in the corner on a Wednesday morning that looks like it could be nice and bright today once the mist burns off. It is a bit cold, there was a frost, but not too bad. Right, today, well, I'm going to change tack a bit this morning. Going to leave politics alone. Obviously, we've got a lot of that coming up later on today, what with the budget, PM's questions time, which probably will revolve around pro-Palestinian protests and George Galloway and the like, so that's going to be very interesting. I may put a video out later today or this evening covering it with my views on it. I dare say everybody will have their own, but we've got to wait and see. But some other stories that I picked up on, like we've got a new satellite now that got launched, amongst others. I believe it was a group launching, not just the one. But the main one is for measuring gases that are escaping from the planet or emitted from the planet, i.e. pollution, that sort of stuff. But will this confirm what we already know, that Britain produces a piss in the ocean, literally, compared to everybody else around the planet? I think we put out about 1%, if that. You know, when you look at places like India, China, even America, you know. Will they publish that data? No. They will probably just publish the bad stuff. But one part of it that interested me and caught my attention was one of the gases that will be monitored is methane. So does this mean they're effectively monitoring our farts and the farts of the cows, etc., which they keep on moaning about? Yeah, I know there's natural methane that leaks from the earth in certain areas, but really, measuring farts? Now, maybe they're going to link all these satellites up and build a dice from the sphere. Now, sci-fi buffs will know what I'm talking about there because it is pure fiction. But think about the Death Star from Star Wars on a bigger scale. But the amount they're chucking up there is got absolutely ridiculous now. And what amazes me is this all happened in my lifetime. Sputnik was launched 4 years before I was born, I think it was. Incidentally, if that was the first satellite up there, what was up there to take pictures of it? Just a thought. But this was followed on very shortly afterwards, 4 years or so, 4 or 5 years or so, that the first communication satellite was launched, which was Telstar. I was 2 years old then, so 57 so that was 6 years after Sputnik, the first communication satellite, was launched. I mean, it's getting ridiculous up there. I mean, they've even not just filled our atmosphere or upper atmosphere or orbits up with absolute masses of satellites. There's thousands and thousands of them up there, with Muskie chucking them up there on a weekly basis. But even the Moon and Mars are slowly being turned into galactic scrapyards for space junk. I mean, how many things have been to the moon? How many operations have there been to moon? They've never brought anything back with them, have they, other than a bit of dust or a rock? And now they're starting it on Mars, leaving stuff laying around. Just a thought. Now, yesterday we saw a big outage from Meta, as they like to be called, with Facebook going down, Telegram going down, globally mind, and a few other small ones that Meta own, all disappeared for some time. No ifs, buts, whys or whatever, just fucking disappeared. But they have issued a bit of a statement that said they'd had an anomaly or a glitch or something, and it's now fixed. For how long? We don't know. But here's one to take into the account with the budget that's coming up. Council tax. Now, with many more councils going bankrupt, like the one here in Birmingham, I believed, as far as I knew, that the most they could raise a council tax by was 5%. If they want to raise it any higher than that, they would have to have a referendum. Well, we haven't seen one here in Birmingham, which is one of the corrupt and bankrupt councils, of their own making, I might add, not through what they've been spending, through their own making. Go look it up. Court cases and shit and compensation. But they've said they're going to raise the council tax by 21% in the next 2 years. So how are they doing that legally when they can only, I presume, raise it legally 5% every year? Surely that would take 4 years. But the real kick in the pisser with this is they've already sent out notification that the rents will rise by average £40 a month for council tenants, but they're going to make a load of cuts to services, and one that was mentioned was child services and social services. Yeah, that sounds about right, doesn't it? Steal more from us but give back less. Yeah, it seems to be the government way everywhere at the moment, if they're not giving it away to other countries, mind. But is this just to cover their own asses for their own incompetence and corruption? You know, I think Birmingham's going the way of London. So those of us in the West Midlands, be ready for the Hunger Games 2024. Right, I'll leave it there for today, folks. I want to get myself set up and get my head straight for watching this bullshit that's going to happen in the house today. I may do a video on it later. I might wait till tomorrow. It just depends how quick I can put my notes together and whether my head's in the right place and I'm awake more than anything to be able to do it. But if I can do it, it will be done today. If not, expect a longer video tomorrow while I go through it with my feelings, observations. Definitely be some discontent. But until later on, guys, as always, thanks for the support and stay safe, stay strong and stay free from whatever they're going to chuck at us. Do not let it install the fear into you. We will get through this somehow. Respects, people.